Hey guys, how's it going? Today in this tutorial we're going to be looking at paths. So yeah, let's get started. So to begin with, I'm going to import a street scene which I have downloaded from the 3D warehouse. I'll put the link for this 3D model in the description. So I'm just going to click on import, this little plus tab here. Up here I'm going to click open. I'm just going to navigate to my downloads folder quickly. This is just my model here. I'm going to open that. Just leave that as it is. So I have my street scene, which I have imported. Just going to delete the starting base. Okay, so now I'm just going to start with placing a character path. So we're going to go down to populate, down the bottom, this little tab, click populate. Then you have foliage, paths, urban. Foliage, you've got paint, scatter, so this is for vegetation, painting vegetation, all that. Then you've got your paths, you've got character, bicycle, vehicle, custom. Then you have urban, this is just for the open street map, so placing roads, all that. But we are focusing today on paths, so we'll select path. We're going to start with character. Once you select character, you've got like a little highlighted pen here. Once this is highlighted, you can start placing your path. So I have this little yellow ball, or orange ball. I'm just going to start by placing my first point. So your first click will be your first point. So I'm just going to place it here. And then, see, once you've placed your first click, you've got this little path here. So now once I've done that, I can start placing my next point. Like if you want to create a curve or something like that, you can place more points. So I'll give you an example here. So I'm just going to create a straight line for this one, which will just be like that. And once you've placed your second point, to get out of that option, you can press escape. So once you press escape, that finalizes the path. So there I've got my first character path. And this is just a straight line. So as you can see here, they're just walking in one direction. You've got a little bit of options on the side over here to the right. You have type, African, Asian, Caucasian. So these are the races here. You've got clothing, you've got street, office, travel, beach, traditional, Middle Eastern. So you can change the clothing. And then you have some more options down here. So this is to do with your path. You've got width and density. So if I want to increase the width of my path, you can just put a number in here. So 1.5, or let's just say 2. And then I'll increase the density, say to 50%. And as you can see, they're all walking in one direction, and the density has increased after we've put that up to 50%. So yeah, there's one path, and you can also click this little box here which says reverse, so you can reverse the path. So right now I just have them walking in one direction, so I'm going to select the path up here. I'm just going to drag, you can drag the path after you've placed it, see? So I'm just going to drag the path over a little bit, and then I'm going to hold shift and click and drag, which is duplicating this path. I'm just going to make a copy of this one, and then I have another path, and then on this one you can click reverse, so then you have people walking one way and then another path of people walking the other way. So you can kind of see what I'm doing to create a populated streetscape, which can be, can really help your scenes, add a lot more life to your scenes, etc. So I've shown you the straight single path. I'm just going to delete these two. And now I'm just going to create a curved path, just so you can see how to create a curved path. So this is the same thing, character, path, character, and then see how this isn't highlighted? You just click this to start placing your path. So just say I want them to walk from here to here and then across this crossing here. So I'm going to place my first point, my next point. You can kind of place them like this to get a curve like that. So I've placed my path, and as you can see now, my people that I've placed will follow this path. So if I select this and just turn the density up a bit, so as you can see here, I've got my people following the path now, which is really cool because it can add a lot more life to your scene, and it helps the realism factor a lot. So I've covered the character path. I'm going to move on to the bicycle path now. So all of these paths are pretty much the same process. So I'm just going to leave my people crossing the crossing now. Now I'm going to select my bicycle, and this is the same thing like I said. So on this side, let's just create a path from here, and let's just do it all the way down here. So now I have my second path. This one's showing bicycles now because I've selected the bicycle path. We've got different options here on the right hand side. So we have 2 lanes on this one. So you can select 2 lanes and it'll create another lane for bicycles. So you can actually have people biking on the road like this, for example. In the middle there. And if you want them to be biking on either side of the road, you've got lane offset. So you can just drag this one here, and it'll create an offset in the path. So you can kind of have them going on either side of the street. Cool. So yeah, the bicycle path is basically the same thing. You've got density and then there's this other option here which I forgot about. This one is speed. So if you increase this one to say 25k, that will increase the speed. So now that we've gone over the bicycle path, I'm just going to remove the bicycle path for now, and also the character path. I'm just going to go back down to populate, and we're going to show you the vehicle path now. So we're going to select vehicle, and the pen is already highlighted for us. So I'm just going to draw it in the middle here, and I'll show you why in a second. So I'm just going to draw a straight line again. Just rough, doesn't need to be accurate, I'm just showing you. So we have our vehicle path here. As you can see, they're going straight down the middle. Again, you can create 2 lanes here. So now you can see, well, obviously the lanes aren't big enough in the model. We'll just have to scale the model up a little bit. Which is just here. Move it a little bit. There we go, that's good enough. Now as you can see, we have a lane of cars. You've got traffic rule, so this is for right hand lane or left hand lane or drive. You've got another 2-way direction option here, so you can have them going both ways. Like that. So then you can fully populate both lanes like they're moving, like an actual street. And then again, you've got lane offset, similar to the bicycle lane offset. It just spreads them out. Just going to leave it like that. And then we've got density. So if this is like a busy highway or something, you can increase the density. Or if it's a country back road, you can have it on 4 or even lower, and on 1% it doesn't look like any cars show. So they only start to show on 4%. And then you've got speed. So again, if you increase the speed, the car's speed increases. So yeah, obviously the cars won't be going 150 kilometers an hour, so something maybe like 80. Probably on a road like this, maybe like 60. And then we've got our vehicle path now. So I'm just going to show you what it would look like if I just populate this scene quickly. So there we go, we've got a little scene set up here with moving traffic, bicycles and people. So you know, you can go and create a quick little video. See, there we go, and you've got a scene set up. Now we're going to move on to one more thing, which is the custom path. So this is pretty much the same thing, but this one you can, I'll just place that for now. On this one you can place your own mesh onto this path. So here you've got a little box. I'm just going to go to my user library of my objects that I have, and I'm just going to find a car that I have here. I'm just going to just select this one that I've got. Maybe not that one. The pivot point of the mesh has to be correct, otherwise, because it's going by the pivot point, so obviously this mesh's pivot point is not centered to the object. So I'm just going to find another object. I'll just use, for example, a vehicle out of here, and we'll go an aircraft. Just say it's taking off. Let's find just this one here. Let's add it to here. Just going to move it across. So say these planes are at an airport and they're parking or taking off, or you know, you can replace the box object here with any object that you like, and then you have some animation options below. So you've got once off, so it'll just follow the path once and then finish. You've got once ping pong, so as you can see with this one, it'll play once and then bounce back. Loop, that's pretty self-explanatory, that will just repeat, and then again, and then again. Loop ping pong will go forward, back, and then again. So it will just go back and forward, back and forward. You have speed, delay. So the delay is if you are setting up an animation and you want the custom path to start 10 seconds into your animation, you can set a delay of, say, 10 seconds. So then that your path will only play 10 seconds into your animation. And then you have the axis. So I'm just going to do loop and click these. So clicking these changes the axis of what the mesh will be rolling off of. So you can just change these up. It might be, each project's different, so you might find a need to use these at some point for something. But I mainly use these for like an airplane or a car or something like that. Basic kind of animations, but if you want to get more in depth and advanced into it, you can. I'll do another tutorial on the more advanced animation and Twinmotion later on in the series, but for now I'm just going over the basics of what paths and populating materials, all that type of stuff is. So yeah, so that kind of sums it up for the tutorial on paths and custom paths. There will be another video released in the next couple of days. That'll just be another Twinmotion tutorial. There'll be a few on creating environments, interiors, materials, and more. So yeah, like and subscribe and keep up to date with all my videos. Thank you for watching.